Throwing right away, it's May. Moving to his right. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. It looks like the Chiefs have it, and it is Kansas City ball.
That's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball. They knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
From the 29, here's second down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got room to roam. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it first and goal. Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. What a start. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's May. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's May. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 yards to go.
Out of the gun, here's May. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
Yellow!
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 4. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. And that ball intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr., just like his daddy did. He's inside the 40. Inside the 10. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
You know, it always amazes me, Mike, that these guys have all this energy, that following a long return like that then they can get into these big, elaborate celebrations. But listen, I don't blame them. You're a defensive guy. You don't get the ball in your hands very often. When you score, man, you better make the most of it.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. It's up and through. The Chargers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Yellow. Let's go, Lonnie! Attack, attack! Nice hit!
Here's Ingram. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Hey, 57, let's go, Lonnie! Nice hit!
On the ground, it's Ingram. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
Tight end going in motion here.
Nice hit!
Now Ingram. And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the 1st down. Up past the 40-yard line.
And the ability to continue to sustain these drives and maintain possession, these 3rd downs are so critical, Mike, because every time an offensive play caller gets a fresh set of downs to work with, there's just more opportunities to continue to try to strike deep and go to score.
And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Here's a run with Ingram. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up
They'll come up on a
2nd
2nd down and 8.
Lonnie! Attack, attack! Lonnie! Nice hit!
They'll run. It's Ingram. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, KC. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this 1st quarter alone.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Now, the extra point.
For the extra point.
He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead.
14. Chargers 7. Adam Vinatieri set to kick
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Throwing now is May. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
And he's going to get the 1st down. He is up past the 35-yard line.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. 18 more on that play. And quickly, another first down. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. He's got his tight end. That's Warren. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, L.A.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
To throw again is May. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. 2nd and 10. The RPO. That one is complete. And he's into the end zone. Donald Parham. Touchdown, L.A. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
1 quarter in the books. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this.
To kick off for the Chargers.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Here comes Worthy to return. He'll come across the 20 and is taken down at the 21-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Yellow. That's a line.
First down throw, Mahomes throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. It is Joey Bosa there on the
It's a
tackle.
gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now give on the ground.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
They'll turn and hand this one off. We'll get this to about midfield. That's the safety, Talanoa Hufanga on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down.
Yellow.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
Got him in. It's Kelsey. Complete. And he's got the first down. Well done there as they pick up a 4th and 5.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Yellow.
Handoff here, up the middle. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
It's a loss of 2.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Yellow.
They'll send Worthy in motion.
Hey, 57. Hey, 57 colors.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Second time they've connected on this drive. And 19 yards out of this one.
At the 26-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Fall down these two. Hey, 57.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
That's another.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
10 at the 13-yard line.
15.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line.
Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. They'll stick with him again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down.
It's a gain of 2.
The Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. Talk things over before third down.
Yellow.
He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Donald Parham. Touchdown, Kansas City. Extra point attempt still to come. He's got it. And the Chiefs have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Made out on 1st and 10. Quickly to the outside and complete. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. the 36-yard line.
On 3rd and 2, it's May. Open man, left side, he's got it. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down, Los Angeles.
Throwing on 2nd down, May. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. They'll get 19 out of that play, and the Chargers have the 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
First down, Chargers.
Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. May to throw on 2nd down. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. May to throw again. He's got Parham, his tight end. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on 3rd down. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now May, and that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Chargers.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
So now this to get him back to even heading into the break. His kick is good, and the Chargers will even the score. It's now 21-all. So, a new ball game. We are all tied. Final moments of this 1st half as the kick's away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Yellow, yellow.
gun, here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Here comes Worthy to return. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yellow, color.
On first down, it's Mahomes. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. Now a give up the middle, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. It is Joey Bosa there on the tackle.
Yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's second and 9. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain there of 11. First down, KC.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
From the 43, here's second and 5. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he will have a Chiefs first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on third and inches.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And he does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Second and a yard. From the gun, here's a handoff. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Set to go now on first and 10. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Now the Chargers Chargers will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Yellow. Arms up, blue, lady. Right side.
Up the middle they go. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal, try to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
That's good.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
They'll try to run this one in. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Second and goal at the 3-yard line.
On second and goal, they'll give him another shot. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
Third and goal, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
Hey, Ridley.
This caught, and he's in. Donald Parham, touchdown Chiefs. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
What a play call there. Every offensive coordinator around the league, Mike, they have got to have it plays. They got a short list of calls for these exact situations. Tie game, fourth quarter, put the ball in the hands of your offense, and man, they come through and deliver.
Set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. Down the right sideline. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. It's a gain of 43 yards. First and 10 now from the 36.
Crazy.
From out of the gun, here's May. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On second down, it's May. Quick throw, taken in. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Here goes thrust.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. On play action, here's May. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
That's taken in, and he's going to get there. He's got the first down. What great awareness after the catch. He gets enough to move the chain.
Los Angeles.
We're starting to see this a lot in the NFL. Not only fourth down tries are up, but throwing the ball short of the sticks. Teams are so reliant nowadays on yards after the catch. It can feel a little dicey upon reception, but a nice job here, and fortunately for them, it picks up the first down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Chiefs' 21-yard line.
From the 21, here's second and 8. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
And it's third down.
Here is a big one. Third down and 2. Off the play fake, it's May. And this ball incomplete on third down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up first and goal.
Give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
That's to the big tight end, Parham. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Donald Parham. Touchdown Chargers. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Here comes Worthy to return. And he will get cut down short. Shot. 20-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10.
Yellow. 180. Listen.
Here's Ingram. And he'll get about 5.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From the 24 now, here's second and 5.
I down these two. I down these two. Come on. 50. Yellow, 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 yellow. Listen.
On the ground, it's Ingram. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Now Ingram. He's inside the 40. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 42 yards. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for first and 10. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
It is second and a yard.
Yellow. Listen.
Here's a run with Ingram. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First
Yellow.
down.
Listen.
Ingram. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. The Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. It'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Now, second and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
A massive play here. Late, tie game, third down. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. And make it a hat trick. That is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
And he's into the end zone. The conversion is successful, and it's an 8-point lead here in the fourth.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's first down. They'll drop to throw. Comeback route, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. They'll get 11 there That's a quick first down. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball, and this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Charger first down. May to the air once more. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
And these are the moments in the game, Mike, where you need your best players to come through and make their presence felt. And that's exactly what he does there. Picks up a nice reception, good chunk of yards, and they keep their hopes alive.
Quick throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal. Now, 1st and goal. To throw again is May. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing.
And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
And what a finish this is shaping up to be, Mike. They somehow get the late touchdown with very little time left on the clock. And of course now everybody knows what's coming. You've got to have your best 2-point, gotta have it play. You've been working on it all week. Let's see what they got.
And this is caught. He's able to hang on. They get the 2 points, and we are tied in the final minute of play.
You can just tell the teams that practice these end-of-game situations. After the offense scored, there was no big hoopla. They weren't throwing themselves a parade. They immediately knew they had to go for 2. Get back in the huddle, get their best play call executed, and we got a tie ball game.
So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. Here comes Worthy to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, 57, 57, come.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Flush to his right. Off he goes.
Set to kick
4
off.
quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Here comes a return from the 5. And This will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's May. Oh, yeah. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Now a first throw here in overtime. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
May now on 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, L.A. They'll run. It's Ingram. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. And the Chargers have the first down. To throw now, May. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Greg, exactly the way you want to handle it when you get the ball to start overtime.
Absolutely, Mike. You want to strike first. You understand the defense is wearing down. It's been a long game. Now you are one stop away from getting out of here with a huge win.
And now a very bold call here in overtime. They're going to go for 2 to try to make it an 8-point lead. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
Chiefs 36. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd
come up for third down. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Here's Mahomes. And it's intercepted. That ought to seal it. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he is going to score. It's a shocking finish here in overtime. This game is over. So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers.